Hi everyone, it's Anja here and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks, and today we are having another video for our cowl. So this is week 3 and we've had the third part, the first part of it already, so part A, and of course this is part B where we are making the squares. So today we are making the summer square. And I've called it the summer square because not only do we have the sun in the middle of the square, but we also have all our windows that are open to let in the warm, fresh air. So there we go. So that's the summer square. So you will be making this square in your main color, and you will need to make 6 of these squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But of course I am going to show you in a chunky with a bigger hook really well how to make this square. So you also have your diagram in the pattern, and the written pattern also states all the stitch counts as well. So do make sure you go and have a look at that written pattern, because if I don't say them here, they are on the written pattern. And of course the link for the written pattern is down below. Let's get started. So round 1, SK, that's slip knot. So make your slip knot any way you can. Insert your hook, use the hook that you normally use for DK, okay? And you chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you slip stitch to make a circle, so you go back to the first chain and you pull up a loop through there and a loop through the loop on your hook. There we go. And we've made a little circle. I'm going to try and take this end along with me like this, so I can use it to tighten up my hole later on. Round 2, chain 2, 11 double crochets into the circle. Now, of course, yes, you have done this square before and you will know how to do this first bit, I am sure, but I just want to do it properly, okay? So you go into the circle and you do 11 double crochet. So a double crochet is yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And as you can see, I am taking along this end so I can, use it when I sew it in. I'll pull it slightly so that the hole that I'm creating in the middle here gets a little bit closed up. And I should be nearly there. Let's count. So we count like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And we create the 12th one with our slip stitch. So we skip the chain here that we did, 1, 2, and into the third V there we go over that and we do a slip stitch. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 V's around the edge of our work. To create the sun, we are now going to go into round 3 and we are going to chain 3, and then we do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, it says, in between stars. So that means you have to repeat that all the way around. So we are going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. And really you are doubling your stitches as you would do with increasing in your second round, because you always have to double up your stitches. But this time we're not doing 2 double crochets, we are doing 1 double crochet and a chain. And that's okay, we can do that, and it becomes like a little sort of sun in the middle of our square, although it does get a little bit bowly now. I'm sure you have found that they flatten out. There we go, see? Right, so I've done my last chain 1 and it says repeat all the way round. I've done that, then I skip these 2 chains here into the third chain, and that was indeed a chain, so make sure you just pick up the 2 V's at the top there carefully, and you are going to do your slip stitch in there. There we go. The next round, we have also done this one before. So round 4, chain 2 and a double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, a double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Now of course we have holes here, so the first stitch would be the hole, so you do it around the chain space there. Okay, so 1 in, the next one into the double crochet, the next one around the chain space, the next one into the double crochet. Okay, so that means I've done 4. Okay, so that's what we had to do. And then it says star, and then it says around the next chain space, so here, around this place here, you are going to place 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles to make a corner. So a treble is yarn over twice, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And so we repeat this for our second treble. Then we do 2 chains, and then we do another 2 trebles into the same chain space. So that means, yeah, 2 trebles, and that way we will have created a corner. Look at that. Then it says 1 double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So we've been working here in that chain space. So the first stitch that we are going to be using is that double crochet here. So into that double crochet for our first double crochet, around the chain space. Yep, then in, then around, and then in. Okay, so how many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And then it says repeat from star to star. So you go back to that first star and it says around the next chain space. So you are there around that next chain space. So you do your 2 trebles, two chains and 2 trebles. Okay, so there we have it, another corner. Then 1 double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So the next one is that double crochet straight away next to that corner. 3, 4 and 5. There we go. And yes, it is straightening or flattening down better. Then we are back at one of those chain spaces that we have to do a corner in. So we do the corner. Two chains and 2 trebles. There we go. Voila, there's a corner. Then we are ready once again to do those 5 double crochets along the side. That's 3, 4 and 5. And then indeed in the last remaining stitch you have to make a corner of 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles. So let's do that. I just thought this was such a neat way of squaring up a circle. And another 2 trebles. No, that's not a treble. I was being too quick there. Okay, I've now taken out, yeah, there we go. Okay, so 2 trebles, 2 chains, and 2 trebles. I was being too quick there. Getting a little bit over enthusiastic. There. Okay. And then we have the 2 chains which we are going to skip. Here, look, 1, 2, into the third one here. And we do a slip stitch. And that sort of nicely squares up our little circle. And we are now ready for the next round. Okay, round 5. It says chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this is going to count as your stitch and as your little stitch for your box. Okay, so it says skip 1 stitch, so we're going to skip this one here and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So we're going to use this one to do a double crochet in. There we go. See, we've made a little box. Then it says star, chain 1, skip stitch and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And this is what you will repeat until you meet the corner. So that's what we are going to do. So chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip and a double crochet. And in fact that has already brought us to our corner here. Okay, so we've made 3 little boxes here. In the corner chain space you're going to do a chain, a double crochet, 2 chains and a double crochet. Then we are going to repeat 1 chain, 1 double crochet starting in the first stitch of the side along the whole side until we meet the corner. So we are going to repeat 1 chain and 1 double crochet. So we start straight away in this first stitch here. See, we've made our corner now. Okay, so chain, 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So you chain, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain, skip a stitch, double crochet. Okay, then we are back to the corner and we are going to place a chain, a double crochet, 2 chains and a double crochet and a chain, and in the first stitch you start with a double crochet again. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, and so on. Oops, I split the yarn there, until you reach once again that corner where you're going to do a chain, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet and a chain and a double crochet in that first stitch. Again, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip and a double crochet in the next one, until once again we meet that corner. See? And then you are going to chain 1, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. What am I thinking of? Chain, and then again double crochet into that first stitch, chain 1, we skip a stitch, and then here we have to do a double crochet, but of course that chain is in there, so that's going to count as our double crochet. You're going to go into that 3rd chain that we did earlier, and we are going to do a slip stitch here. There we go. Okay, so this is now the next round of our square with the holes in it. Next we are going to go to round 6, and we are going to do 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches, but before that it says chain 2. So chain 2, and then it says 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches, and of course that means you have to go around the chain space, then in, around, then in, around, then in. Okay, so we are going to do 8 I split something. We are going to do 8 double crochets. There we go. So we are filling up the row, no gaps in this row. How many have I got? 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so that's that bit done. And then in the corner chain space, you're going to do 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets. So 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets. Okay, so that's made our corner. And then it says along the side, you're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 13 stitches. So 1, and you start with that very first one. And again, you are doing in, around the chain space and in the stitch. And that makes those boxes stand out really nice as well, because we sort of reinforcing them almost with our, you know, with putting the stitches in between there. So there we go. And we do that until we meet that corner chain space, but this should be 13 stitches, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. Okay, so I'm not counting the corners. Right, so then we are back to the corner chain space, and it says 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets. There we go. And once again, 13 stitches we have here coming up. So we have 13 double crochets. I hope you have been able to keep up with doing your squares and your other big project that we are doing. So next week there'll be, of course, the rest of the episodes, and oh, it's getting exciting. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. So that's what the main aim was, so that you would enjoy making this. Right, okay. That's looking nice. Okay, so now I'm back at that corner, and once again I am doing a corner. The corner is made up of 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets. Then we are back at doing the 13 stitches along the side. I'm sure you can do this blindly now, but I thought, you know, it just gives you enough of a variation to still be a challenge, but also it gives you familiar elements, you know, that you can just sit and enjoy crocheting. So yeah, I've actually really enjoyed making these. You just need to remember what you're doing, okay? Because I made a few where I didn't do the holes there. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a challenge. Okay, am I at that corner space? No, just one more because I didn't go into this stitch here. There we go. Again, we do a corner here. So 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets. So that's the end of our repeats, and then it says in the corner chain space, yeah, do your corners. That's right, we've done a corner, and then it says 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So you should have 4 stitches here to do your double crochets in, and indeed that is what I have got. There we go. So I've done those 4 stitches here, did my corner. Now it's time to do the slip stitch. So the 2 first chains here, I'm going to skip into that 3rd one, and there we go. So this is our 3rd square done. It's called the summer square because of the openings in the square. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are enjoying the cowl. Make sure you make 6 of these in your colorway, in your main color, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!